children like these little guys, right here. You see, we at Aegis Oil believe in protecting our natural treasures. We believe in keeping them safe for future generations to enjoy. After all, the Earth is our home too. Who cares? We do, at Aegis Oil. Cut! Fuck, these animals stink. Bring me a washcloth.
Steven Seagal gets in a barroom brawl in On Deadly Ground, an action thriller which he also directed in. This is a movie that is limited to two basic qualities. It's violent and it's sanctimonious. So at the end, after Seagal kills about 30 people and blows up the largest oil refinery in the world, what happens? Well, he's invited to speak to the Alaska State Legislature, and he talks about ecology. Now, I'm not sure, but I think blowing up refineries did not make you that popular in Alaska. The movie co-stars Michael Caine, almost unrecognizable in a black hairstyle, as an evil oil billionaire whose ambition is to open the refinery before a deadline which would return control of the oil field to the Eskimo.
I think I understand now why you're using the substandard preventers. If you wait for the next shipment, you'll never make the deadline.
I gotta say, I'm a little ashamed of you. I'd just like to ask you something. How much is enough?
Another co-star is Joan Chin as the daughter of a noble Eskimo chief who's the target of Caine's henchmen.
But Raven was worried that man would destroy everything he had made to inhabit the earth. So he formed Bear, to be feared by man, and to protect the land.
Caine hires a team of professional hitmen led by John C. McGinley to kill Seagal. Now, if you like to see lots of stuff blowed up real good, this would be a movie for you, but it doesn't pay to devote close attention to the plot of On Deadly Ground. Then there's Seagal's shameless final speech after the murders and the explosions and the fireballs, when he keeps a straight face while informing the grateful Alaskans that the oil industry has suppressed carburetors which would give you 100 miles to a gallon of gas, making the state's #1 industry unnecessary.
I was sort of struck by the fact that the explosions, for all of their number, weren't very exciting. It looked kind of dirty and low rent as a big action picture. I didn't think that the fight sequences were anything special.
No.
I will say this, that the speech at the end, as sanctimonious as it is more interesting than the actual fighting and the blowing up.
Well, but it's absurd.
Millions and millions of gallons of oil are now destroying the ocean and the many forms of life it supports. Among these is plankton, which supplies 60 to 90% of the Earth's oxygen. It supports the entire marine ecosystem, which forms the basis of our planet's food supply. But the plankton is dying. They influence the media so that they can control our minds. They have made it a crime to speak out for ourselves, and if we do so, we're called conspiracy nuts and we're laughed at. We're angry because we're all being chemically and genetically damaged.